Hello children of Willingham Primary School. I am the Phonics Fairy. I have a story to tell. I'll make learning fun with a magic spell. I'll wave my magic pen and turn around and see who we become and discover a new sound. Hello my Phonics Fairy friends, how are you? Have you been doing lots of reading and lots of writing? That's fantastic. I love reading and writing because when I read and when I write and when I learn new sounds, my brain just gets bigger. Well, let's move on to our new sound today. Our sound today is B. Can you say that with me? B. Super. And if you look really closely at my lips, I put them together and then I make the sound B. Super. Now, when I was a very, very little fairy, I used to get that sound wrong. I used to say B, and that sounded a bit like a burp. That's not the right sound, is it? The sound is B. You have to make sure it's short and sharp. B. Oh, well done. You're really brilliant at this. So now let's have a look at the grapheme that matches the sound. Here it is. This is the grapheme for the phoneme B. And the letter name is B. So if your name is Bertie, your first sound of your name would be a B. But you would have a capital letter at the start of your name. Shall I show you what a capital B looks like? Okay, I will show you. Ooh, just here. Here it is. B. B. This is the capital letter for B. Super. And I've just shown you the book that we're accompanying our sound today. It's called Baby Brains. Well, we know what a baby is. And we know what a brain is. But this little boy here, that's his name. He's called Baby Brains. This is one of my favourite. Baby Brains by Simon James. He's the author. An author is someone that writes books. So Simon James wrote the story Baby Brains. Let's have a read. In the months before Baby Brain was born, Mrs. Brains was very busy. She read out loud every night to the baby inside her tummy. She played music and languages on headphones to her baby during the day. Mr. and Mrs. Brains wanted to make sure that their baby was going to be very clever. They even turned up the television when the news came on. Mr. and Mrs. Brains were very excited when their baby was born. It was a boy. Our very own Baby Brains, said Mr. Brains proudly. When they brought him home from the hospital, Mrs. Brains laid him down in his brand new cot. Sleep tight, Baby Brains, she whispered. The next morning, Mrs. Brains was on her way to get some breakfast when she heard some strange noises in the living room. Mrs. Brains opened the door to see her baby sitting on the sofa, reading the morning paper. By the afternoon, Baby Brains was helping mend the car. We've certainly got a bright one here, said Mr. Brains. That evening, Baby Brains spoke his first words. I'd like to go to school tomorrow, he said. The next day, Baby Brains visited the local school. He sat down with the children and answered all the questions. The children were amazed. By the end of the afternoon, the teacher thanked Baby Brains. I don't think I've ever learnt so much in one day, she said. On the way home, Baby Brains said he wanted to go to university to study medicine. After just 2 weeks, Baby Brains began working as a doctor at the local hospital. He was very popular among all the staff and patients. Word soon spread about the extraordinary Baby Brains. Everyone wanted to meet him. One night some special scientists phoned. They asked if Baby Brains would like to help them with their next space mission. The The following day, Mr. and Mrs. Brains and their baby travelled out to the Space Centre. After training hard over the weekend, Baby Brains waved goodbye to Mr. and Mrs. Brains and blasted off into space. Everyone in the world held their breath as they watched Baby Brains take his first spacewalk. "Tell us how you feel on this special occasion," radioed ground control. Baby Brains looked up at the vast starlit sky above him. He looked down at the vast starlit sky below him. He looked at the whole world in front of him, and he mumbled something. "What's that? We can't quite hear you," replied radio ground control. Could you repeat that?" "I want my mummy!" wailed Baby Brain. "That's enough!" Mrs. Brains yelled to the space controller. "Bring my baby home right now!" Baby Brains was flown home as quickly as possible. He felt very embarrassed as he stepped down from the hatch. But through the crowd of photographers and cameramen, Mrs. Brains came running. "Oh, beautiful little baby," sighed Mrs. Brains as she lifted him high into the air. "Oh, brave little baby," said Mr. Brains. "Can we go home?" said Baby Brains. At home, Mrs. Brains gave Baby Brains a nice warm bath, which made him feel a lot better. Mr. Brains tickled him, which made Baby laugh. And Mrs. Brains sang Baby Brains to sleep. Then they gently laid him down in his brand new cot. It was very good to have their baby home again. "Our very own Baby Brains," whispered Mrs. Brains. From that day on, Baby Brains spent most of his time at home doing things that most babies do. Except, that is, at the weekends, when he still liked to help out at his local hospital. The end. Wow, I love that book. Baby Brains certainly did have a very big brain. But after a while he realised he just wanted to be a baby, and he could wait to go to things like school, university, but he did still enjoy being a doctor at the weekends. Wow, Baby Brains is really, well, quite extra. Let's learn our caption action to accompany the sound we're learning today. B. So I want you to pretend that you are Baby Brains, and I want you to pretend your brain is really big and you're squidging it from side to side, and I would like you to go B, B, Baby Brains. Let's do that together. B, B, Baby Brains. Now you show me. That's fantastic. I really like the way you were saying B and not B. No, we don't say B. We say B. Hang on. I know what we can do next. We can read some words with the sound B in. Here is our first word, and remember these here are sound buttons. When I use my magic fairy finger to press them, it tells me the sound. Let's try it together. B, I, B, B, I, B. Bib. Babies wear a bib. Let's have a look at our next word. Sound buttons again. Join in with me. B, A, T, B, A, T. Bat. Like a bat you might hit a ball with, or a bat that flies in the sky at night. Oh, I know what this is. This is a capital B. Let's read this word. B-ob. B-ob. Bob. That's someone's name. That's why it has a capital letter at the start. We always have a capital letter at the start of a name. This person's name is B-ob. Bob. I like that name. Now, I hope you've got your magic pencils with you. We're going to practice forming the grapheme B. We start at the top. We go down in a straight line to the bottom of the line. We go back up the same line, but we stop, go round and touch back in. Let's do that again. Start at there. Well done. Top, down, back up the same line, round and sweep in. Super stuff. Do you know what I used to do when I was a silly young fairy? I used to do my grapheme like this. That's not right, it's too scruffy, and I didn't go back up the line. Let's try one last time together. Back up the line. That is perfect. That was incorrect. Well done, my Phonics Fairy friends. And because you've been so fantastic, I've used my magic fairy powers and I've found Baby Brains. Shall we see what he's up to right now? Baby Brains is laying on his playmat. Hello, Baby Brains. Baby Brains was just doing things that all babies do. Drinking milk, sleeping and learning the sound B. Well done, fantastic work today. I'll see you soon.